Right. Hello, my name's Carl. I'm 2 Echo 0 Echo Zulu Tango, and today we're out here in some local woodland because we're going to test out a ex-military special forces radio. So today we're out in the woodland. We're going to be testing out the PRC-316, which is a decommissioned special forces radio from the mid-60s. So the idea today is to try and emulate the environment in which the PRC-316 was designed for. It's the radio was designed in about the mid-60s, and up until that point a lot of the special forces that were working in places like Korea and the Borneo jungle and all these sort of jungle environments were having real difficulty getting a signal out or through the jungle because of the trees and the tropical conditions, thunderstorms. You know, it was really difficult for them to send a signal via ground wave. So they wanted to build a radio that was simple to use for soldiers, but also could get, you know, up to about 800 kilometers in distance. And one way of doing that was to use MVIS as a means of getting the signal up and out over the top of the tree line. So the idea today is really to get out in the woods, set up the PRC-316 and just have a look at some of the features and just have a listen to the radio, even though I'm not going to make contact with anybody outside of the woods, I think. So I thought, to do some justice to people that actually use the radio, thought I could at least spend an hour, a couple of hours taking it into some woodland and demoing the radio. I'll probably go through there and find a spot that I can get a little bit of coverage so that I can just be out of the way of people. Might just go through there and get behind some of that shrubbery. There are some real slimy, some of the ground is absolutely soaked still from numerous weeks of continuous rain in the UK, so you just have to watch your footing. So the aim is really just to get this antenna up over some of the trees and sling it over a tree. That's the plan. Right, that's the antenna's slung up between, it's up to a tree behind there, and then it goes up and over a tree. And what I might do is try and get that a little bit higher here, so it goes a bit more of a up and over rather than dips and goes up. This is just for demonstration purposes, but I don't want to. The wire has been marked with a red marking for the part of the band, which is 3.710. I'll give you a close-up of the radio now and talk about some of the features of the radio, and then we'll just do a test of the radio here. Right, okay, so this is the radio. It has 45 channels, which uses this offset and this basic switcher. It's crystal controlled, so there's a bunch of crystals in there. It uses this offset to give you 45 channels. There's only really, I think there's only one channel that the amateur radio is in the amateur radio spectrum, which is 3.710, which is what we're using today. Initially you have to tune for peak noise, so we tune for peak noise. It has the Morse key on there, it has the Morse on there as well. For those people that weren't trained to use Morse code, it could be used in emergencies. And the idea for the radio was it was actually soldier proof. It's a really simple radio. There's not many moving parts to it. The radio is 4 watts. Like I say, it operates on CW and AM. And yeah, it's really simple to use. I'll just go and give it a test in a minute. You would send just using the straight key. So the CW works quite nicely, and then if we switch over to the AM frequency, we should be able to hear ourselves. This is CQ test, the 2E0EZT, CQ test, CQ test. Yep, so that works really well. Like I say, it's not a heavy radio. It's built like you would expect with these military radios. It's rock solid. I think the battery compartment is a replacement. I think it's feels like a plastic, quite lightweight. Whether that's the original design, I'm not sure. But the radio works absolutely perfectly. I want to be really careful with it because it's you know, it was built probably maybe in this sort of mid to late 60s, so it's been around a few years. And we just need to be really sort of respectful for the radio. But fantastic ultimate preppers radio out here in the woodland. Yeah, it's bulletproof probably, but definitely soldier proof. 4 watts, 45 channels, CW, AM, wonderful, fantastic piece of kit. It's a fantastic radio, to be honest. I really like it. Let's just turn that off. I mean, there are some limitations to the radio. We've been just fixed onto about 45 channels. Many of the channels are not open to amateur operators. There's maybe, I think there's probably 1 or 2, but frequency 3.710 works. The CW works really well. So I've not done a range test, it was just more of a radio test today out here. But it's just good to get out, go for a walk, and try out a green radio that I've never tried out before. Right, okay then, I hope you found that was useful. Fantastic radio. I recommend it for anybody that's into collecting military radios, and anybody that's into serious prepping. It's a fantastic piece of kit. And yep, okay, so if you like this video, just give me a like please and a thumbs up, and then if you're not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I've got a playlist which I'll add this video to, which is about military and army radio, so I'll add this to that playlist as well. Yep, so well, thanks for joining me, and I look forward to the next one. So bye bye for now.